is really a step above that as well.
Yeah, during that match against CSUN, Lindenwood played a lot stronger, a lot better, and we'll see a lot of that tonight as they're going against a better opponent. You normally play better against better teams.
Solomon was notorious for starting off some matches in recent play, and with aces this time not able to get it done, and almost had a challenge in the first play, but it's going to go for the Ramblers as they pick up the first hit and the first point as well. So Bell with the floater, stayed up in the air as Luthane sets to the outside, and Kraft can't beat the block.
Lincoln Geist was right there. Looks like there was a pretty big hole there, but they had a nice cover there. They just got to move around just a little bit stronger in order to get that ball up.
Brad Bell, a senior out of Salem, Wisconsin. Another floater, Luthane underneath it. Solomon, back set. Whiteside with the swing. They were waiting for it now from the back row. It's 3 straight to start. And a convincing 3 as well. The Schellinger getting in on it.
Super strong there going against the middle back, the weakest position.
Solomon, that one won't go. A setter dump in the middle. Correct, not just Klein with a sky hook. 4-0 early. This is a hole that they had Quincy in Rockhurst as well. And now the Lions are the one in that hole, and finally they get a point via the free point.
Brings Caden Whiteside back to the service line.
Here comes Whiteside. Big toss, nice swing, back row, right to it, tight to the net, big attack, and another kill for Klein.
Loyola's offense is looking solid. They're moving well on that play there. They were even able to pull Brendan Luthane up for the block and leave Owen Walsh there by himself with just a solo. You can't leave Loyola by themselves.
Smits Van Oyen across for Whiteside. Solomon setting in the middle for Walsh. Finally, they find a way to get the hands to separate, and a bad dig there on the backside by Loyola. Probably, definitely the first mistake might be their only with how this team plays.
Yeah, that'll bring Zach Solomon's total count to 28 assists left. He is on the road to 2,000.
And there's Luthane, and the defense shows up trying to get some fire back under the Lions. Solomon now 28 away from 2,000 career assists, as Delaney said. Trying to catch up to the numbers of one Connor Sheehan, the setter before him here at Lindenwood. A big swing by Sosa, and it went right back to Loyola. Good dig by Walsh. They go again. This time they beat Walsh. Well, he was in the right spot the first time. Had to move around for the second one and was unsuccessful.
Yeah, something Loyola is known for is simply using just their outside and their right side. They've been getting their middles pretty active early on in this match.
Whiteside can't get it to go. Good dig by the libero, Shoa, and then off the block and down. And the Ramblers get another one. Fabikovic, the Czechia native. Not even that hard of a hit. He just knew how to, he just hit it high enough to find it off of fingertips and it deflected all the way out. Medium toss off the tape. Grant underneath it this time. Solomon back set. Kraft tap down. Still alive. Up. Luthane on the far side. Had to just go for it and hit it into the net for the second error here. And Lions are back in the negatives. Loyola's already hitting .625.
They're leading in almost every piece of this stat sheet right now, and the score shows just that. Lindenwood's going to need a little bit of a turnaround, lots of momentum.
Tough first set to start as Kraft tries to go low. Has to be bumped over. They'll get a freebie. Solomon sets up, back set, Whiteside, and he beats him.
It was beautiful on Kraft. He went on that outer hand on the blocker and was really successful with that.
A well-placed set by Solomon. Drew it well just to get to the solo block as a quick shoe tie. Smits Van Ooyen.
Hey, sometimes they say that shoe tie is more of a psychological thing to kind of get the game slowed down just a tad.
They're still up by 4, though. Kraft, deep serve, right to it. Set to the outside, blocked and out. Big swing from Sosa, the Serbian. And he is such an incredible swinger. When you look at his numbers from Quincy last year, there was an over 100 difference when it came to the total numbers of serves between him and the second guy up. It was just incredible how much they were targeting him and his efficiency as well. Because if you're going to target him that much, you better make it count, and that's exactly what he did. As this one well long, so Luthane will go across. Greenwood, Indiana native. He gets a high toss right to the line. Dipping serve, won't go. Really good reception. Skyhook. Solomon setting up. Luthane from the back.
I don't know if Loyola's blockers were even paying attention to Luthane there. They were so focused on those front row attackers. Zach Solomon had such a great sight on that one.
Solomon the past 2 years has just been incredible. Picking up some big shoes for those Lindenwood setters and spent some pretty good amount of time in a handful of sets played as well for the Mastodons of Purdue-Fort Wayne. Came over last year, team captain now. A big toss. Solomon sets to the outside. Whiteside! Off the heads and out. So now Grant will come in. It's their one float server in the entire rotation. Everyone's a topspin server. Grant is the one knuckleballer in the group.
Yeah, definitely throws off the serve receive of the opposing team. They get so used to that topspin. There's a different way that you pass a topspin versus a float serve.
Just a second attack error that time, and it's a 2-point match. Lindenwood right back in it. Grant will set up again. Hailing out of the big LA. Went to Da Vinci Design High School. As Sosa off the tape. Solomon able to bump it up. Tight to the net. The shoving mat. Won by Whiteside.
Big point there. There was so much of a fight from Lindenwood's side. Caden Whiteside putting an end to that one, making that ball land just at the 5-foot line.
What a swing by Whiteside. Now it's a 1-point game. Grant the floater. They set up from deep. Out! And we got a tie ball game here in set 1. Well, they've thrown them off their rhythm now.
You can hear Lindenwood's bench getting excited. The crowd's getting more excited, more into this game. They're going to need it as they push first to 15, first to 20, into 25.
Grant's 4th in a row. Team trying to make it 5. Sosa says otherwise. Back in favor of the Ramblers.
A lot to say about that one. Leaving a solo block up there is not possible against this team. That is the MIVA Offensive Player of the Week, making a service error right there.
Schellinger going high. This UCSD transfer, former Triton. He took down his team not too long ago. Back on Saturday. Part of that 4-set win at home. Good serve that is by Solomon. This one straight out, and the Lions have the lead for the first time tonight. And they're going to take a timeout on the side of Loyola. Well, certainly unprecedented after this between the 6-1, 18 ranked Lindenwood Lions and the 5-3 number 7 Loyola Chicago. As Solomon, that one a little dipper, a little change up. He likes to throw into the mix. Sosa and into the scorer's tables. Dice just couldn't get to it.
Yeah, Lindenwood's starting to control their block a little bit better, getting those touches, slowing down these strong hitters, making defense a little bit easier, making the flow of their game a lot easier as well.
Big swing, Whiteside underneath it. That one, Lucas Anderson fresh into the match as Kraft high off the fingers, can't get it to go. They set up near side. Anderson went high, caught it high on the hands, and Lindenwood retains the lead.
There's been a lot of mistake on Loyola Chicago's side where they're trying to go high hands and it goes out of bounds. They definitely know that those fingertips are pretty weak on Lindenwood's side of things, but it has not gone their way this far.
So Whiteside will step up here. And into the net. Freebie. And this is what has had the number for Lindenwood a handful of times. They've got a lot of errors sometimes in from the service line. And that is what's kept a lot of these matches pretty close, a lot closer than they certainly wish they were. As Walsh stepping up this time, he goes deep with it. Lindenwood finding the gaps right now in the block for a very good blocking team in Loyola.
Take a look at that. There's so much wide open floor back in spot one. He's seen it and he took it.
Loyola, they are 9th in the country when it comes to blocks per set. Just to put that in perspective, one so far here. As this one pops up, Solomon setting up, Luthane off of the fingertips! Yeah, that number, it's just sitting below 2.7 blocks a set. Almost 74 total, now at 74.5 total. Well, Lindenwood right now is cracking through some of this, getting some big kills as Walsh with a little curler to the outside. Set up, Sosa, blocked down! There's the Lindenwood defense again. Lindenwood 26th when it comes to the blocks, and they force another timeout, and now they're up by 3 themselves. Another look at that block, and just incredible little bit of some of these plays here, beating some of those blocks. Whiteside and Kraft getting into it. There's Walsh just splitting hands completely. Here's another look from Luthane's going high. And the big thing right now, a lot of them just they're finding a way to get up high as well, plus splitting.
Yeah, they're getting up high. They're playing smart. That was back-to-back plays, one by Walsh and one by Luthane, both hitting that back corner, spot number 1, right where the setter's at, even past the setter. It's almost touching the line there. They're really thinking through this, and that scouting report that they did prior to this game is really coming in handy.
I think, too, you really got to hand it to the adaptability of Lindenwood after a couple of big swings by Loyola and that big block at the early part of the game. They have adapted very well, getting out in front of it. Got to hand it to them in that aspect. They now have 2 total blocks. Kraft, Luthane, and Grant all with 1 assist. And Luthane also has a solo.
These next few points of this match will be arguably the most important as we head into the second half of this match. You're going to see which team kind of pulls ahead here. How does Loyola Chicago bounce back from Lindenwood, kind of taking the momentum here?
As Walsh, another dipper. That was just in front of the line. A back set to Sosa. Solomon's right there for it as that one was way over his head. Goes right back over. Slam home. Still alive. And it's going to be a freebie. Whiteside bumps it over. They're going to set up to the far side. Sosa finds the floor.
That's what happens when you give a free ball to the number 7 team in the country.
As here comes a serve from the Ramblers. Luthane underneath it. Solomon, Grant blocked right back to Solomon. Guy says this time he's going to set up Luthane. Curveball! Well, there you go. If you can't beat him with the fastball, give him the changeup.
Got on top of that ball and just touched it, let the ball do the work, almost a roll over it.
He perfectly hit that. A nice switch up. Here comes Luke Kraft, former Maryville star and now becoming a Lindenwood star as this one comes across. Whiteside underneath it. Solomon sets up back. Kraft from deep. Won't go. Right into the arms of Schellinger. A little bit of a dump block, but out. Oh, that one's unfortunate. It would have been an easy block, just the wrong spot. It was tight to the line. 2-point game, 17-15 Loyola. Or, excuse me, Lindenwood. Loyola down right now. Aiden Delorier, freshman out of Eastport, New York, and even the Lions bench is saying, who is this guy? Solomon setting up. Whiteside from the back. Whiteside again with his third.
There was such good communication between Grant and Whiteside on that to go almost back to back on those kills and kind of confused the block there.
Luthane, real strong one. Loyola has been so keen on these receptions, and a big hit by Sosa. And it's really all set up. And again, this is one of the best serving teams in the country in Lindenwood. Solomon is second in the country when it comes to aces per set. As a setter, I just had to throw that in there as well. But they have not allowed an ace yet today. They have been excellent on some really strong Lindenwood serving. But so has Lindenwood not allowing an ace. As Kraft, a big block. There's that Rambler defense. They're loving it.
They did it early on in this match, and they're taking control again. Good close on that block. Super high reach there. He's able to reach above Kraft on that one.
Sosa again, strong one. Luthane underneath it. Solomon bumping up. Whiteside has to go for it. Not enough underneath it. Sawa underneath it. And a big swing by Sosa. We're tied. Alexander Sosa, the Zrenjanin, Serbia native, and a timeout taken by the Lions.
Loyola Chicago's on a bit of a run right now. Coach Joe of the Lions is trying to slow down Sosa.
Sosa right now the game high, 7 kills. Whiteside and Luthane are tied for the Lindenwood team high with 3. 269 for Loyola, the hitting percentage. They also have 6 errors, which is something that may be unheard of for Loyola up to this point of the season. Lindenwood 286 with 3 errors, 9 and 21.
I think something about those errors is in the middle of this match when they were making those errors, they were trying to swing high on the hands and it was not successful for them. Like you said though, it's also not normal for them.
Fabakovic, Anderson, and Bell all in the negatives. Minus 500, 1,000, and 500 respectively.
That is Shane Davis in his 14th season as coach.
Clearly he's got to be doing something right, because not only has he been around for 14 years, but this is the Loyola team that's consistently in the top 10. As this one's into the net, Lions regain the lead as Sosa unable to connect.
He also knows what it's like to play for this team as he was a Rambler himself.
Like to keep it local. And you can definitely see a lot of Illinoisans on the team. Illinoisians? Still working out that demonym as this one hooked out by Schellinger. And it's a 2-point favor for Lindenwood. Is it Illinoisian? 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 Illinoisian. I see. I'm where from where it's easy. It's Minnesotan. That's easy. Well, this one's popped up near side, off the heads. How far will it go? Luthane can't get it. Swing and a miss. That one popped up like one of those little foot rockets you play with as a child. That one just shot off. Schillinger again. Out of Bloomingdale, Illinois. As Luthane from deep! You cannot stop that man from the 3-meter.
You are back around to rotation 1 once again for the Lions. This game is moving fast. It has been back and forth.
Here comes Solomon, still looking for that first ace, and this one's short. He was trying to utilize that shorter serve. It's almost had success throughout the night, and this time just left it too short. 1-point game. Brad Bell, the middle blocker, to step back behind the line, standing at 6'9".
We'll have a delay of game for Owen Walsh as he gets some medical attention. Should be a quick fix with a finger.
Sending him to the human mechanic right now. Have to wash off that one and give team pretty much a free timeout here, courtesy of Owen Walsh's finger.
These players are hitting hard and they're hitting fast, and it's easy to let those fingers become vulnerable.
Walsh out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Graduate of Sycamore High School. He has slowly stepped up into a more elevated role year by year, and now he is their MB1. And not only has he got some big blocks, but he's also had some really big swings. He's stepped up. He's just gotten better and better by the year. Here's some looks on the other side from Alexander Sosa. I mean, just incredible what he has done. And he has not stopped, whether it's from Southwestern Illinois or from Northeastern. It doesn't really matter. Chicagoland or the farm fields, he can still make big swings for the junior out of Serbia.
I see his name coming across the ballot as National Player of the Year. He is so strong, as coming in as a transfer. He's had such a big name and such a big role on 2 teams now.
And just how big that impact was. It's really hard to really just put it into perspective. Watching Quincy here last year, they went to him easily over 75% of the attempts they had on the attack in each set. It was incredible. And he hit easily around 50% every single game. It was incredible what he did. And now he's taken that ability all the way to now Loyola, one of the best teams in the country. A little bit of a different look. Quincy, before going to the GLVC this year, they've had been a little bit up and down. They've been towards the bottom of the MIVA, but now they're in a new conference. And Sosa wanted to stick around in one of the best conferences in the nation, easily top 3, as this one swung out by Luke Kraft, and it's 21-all. If I had to get a personal ranking, I'd say the 2 big conferences out west. The Big West out there, and well, I have to find the name here. The MPSF, that's the one I'm thinking of. As Walsh stepping in, he split 5-hole there on Sosa. I think they'd be tied for first, and then Neva's a very close second. Just because of the national championships, that's all. It's all about the numbers game in that. When you have UCLA and Long Beach and USC, Stanford, teams like that, hard to stack up. Plus, I mean, it's 2 conferences that are practically unbeatable and only can beat each other. As Sosa, big swing, but out! No, they're going to say, I think they said in. The line judge, that is, called it out, but the R2 called it in.
It is ultimately the R1, the up ref. He gets the final say, gets the final call.
So Geis on the reception. Solomon back set. Big swing from Kraft. He found it open. And all Schillinger can do is just put up his hands. Unable to find it as he, again, A really good set by Solomon. He is seeing the defense so well. High and too high as it's long. As it stands right now in terms of non-conference play, Loyola sits technically tied for first, but in the 6th spot when it comes to total overall. Ball State in front, 8-1. Lindenwood second at 6-1. As Luthane just out, and it's going to be set point for Loyola. It's twisted right back to the Ramblers. And Lindenwood, just to be safe, is going to take their final timeout. Smart play by Joe Koscheck.
Yeah, perfect time to do it.
(24-23). Lindenwood looking to get back in control here.
Looking at the stat sheet now, these teams are pretty even as the score shows just that. Hitting percentage, Loyola Chicago is hitting at .276 and Lindenwood is hitting at .269. I'd say everywhere else is pretty equal as well.
Both teams 2 blocks. No one's got an ace just yet. Lindenwood 12-5 on 26. Loyola, though, 15-7 on 29. 4 service errors for each team. It's been as even as it can get. 7 digs as well for each side. Solomon's got 11 assists right now. Smits Van Ooyen has got 15. He's got all of them. Geis has got 1, though, for Lindenwood. So all 15 attempts, all 15 kills have been assisted. So 24-23. Daniel Fabakovic out of Breklov, Czech Republic, will send it over, trying to end. Solomon sets up Luthane. Blocked, but well out. So much power behind it, and we got 26 to start it off. Luke Kraft will go behind the line. Out of nearby Kirkwood, Missouri, just a jaunt down 270. Has stuck around for just about his entire career. Goes right to the libero Shoa. And this one finding court, Sosa again with his 9th.
He is leading the team. He's leading this match. Second to him is on Lindenwood's side with Luthane sitting at 5 kills. Got a shoe tie there from Solomon for the second set point for Loyola Chicago.
Klein. Geist. Good reception. Solomon. Kraft. Not off of hands. Clean out, and Loyola takes set 1. Couldn't in the conference tournament. Possibly even a regular season title. They'd love to host the MIVA tournament. That's certainly one of the goals as Solomon just dumps it over himself. Loyola will set up. Setter dump underneath in the middle. And Solomon has to backwards bump it over. They pass up. Sosa off of fingertips, won't go. Solomon comes wide across, and Whiteside with the kill in the first point. Solomon's got 13 now.
Got to note that was a beautiful dive there by Kraft, but it was Whiteside that was able to finish it.
Caden Whiteside has 5. Tied with Luthane for the team high now again. As Solomon across. Still can't find that first ace. This one right into the hands of Solomon and way out. I mean, just so hard to stop those long reaching arms and the power of the Ramblers.
Long reaching arms, and when they approach from the 10-foot line and then they're almost taking off, touching that net, it makes it really difficult to block and to defend.
They could be touching that 10-foot line and almost touching the net as Walsh with a little over the head dump on the middle set. Gets the Lions back out in front. Whiteside again. Powell, Ohio native. One of 2 Ohioans with Owen Walsh. Another good reception as Sosa finds it off of hands again.
Looks like he was above that block there on that one. He's such a strong hitter. He's already at double digits.
Sosa straight across. Solomon underneath, sets up Luthane, right back off of him. And now Kratz had to get a swing. He didn't get it over the net. Loyola takes it. And the lead in this second set. Luthane with the attack went right back off of him and went over to Walsh. Luckily, Walsh moved his head over in time, but Kraft just couldn't clear the net with that left-handed swing.
It was almost a little bit of a late swing there. That one way out to the Lindenwood bench.
Sosa getting way underneath that one. Ended up curling it almost into the coaches over there in the Lions bench, that being Mike Lanera over there. He's been around for a while, so is Joe Koschev. 9th season for him, 4th season for Lanera. He's the assistant as Grant right to the net. Another chance, didn't clear it.
Grant hung there so long up in the air to try and grab that tip.
They're going to challenge us for a net violation on Grant. They're going to take a look. They're either going to say Grant on the swing hit that net. Or on the block, I should say. They're going to take a look at it here. Well, not on that one. It would have been the block on Grant is what we will be looking at. That one was clean out. It was the initial block before that last one. That will be the one they will take a peek at.
You can see that R2 there breaking that play down frame by frame to kind of see what took place.
(4-3) right now in favor of Lindenwood. Obviously a change would mean a 4-3 lead for Loyola. As they continue to take a look at this one, trying to see. It's Grant's initial block. That was just the play before. Grant got underneath it. That second chance is what was, I don't think that's what they're challenging there, is that last hit. It's the one right before that.
Must have been a questionable touch there by Kraft, as his shoulder could have come down on the net. There's a lot to review in this previous play, and the R2 is sure taking his time on this one. Looks like we have an answer.
We do have an answer. It's going to stay with Lindenwood. Doesn't look like there's any substantial evidence. Cole's going to stand. So this is the one we were talking about, as Grant was right over, blocked it down, and yeah, that ripple was just off of the ball, hitting the tape, not Grant's hands. Grant did a good job getting up to that ball, able to knock it down. Wasn't the quickest one, but still able to stay up with it. Now the Lions had the lead here once again. Back set, Sosa cannot be stopped. Well, they did a good job of controlling him at Quincy last year, but something about him being in Chicago and with Loyola's, I think, amps him up just a little bit more. He's got 11 on the game now already. Schellinger into the net. Service error number 6 for Loyola.
The Kraft has been so great in this game. As you can see, those service errors for both of these teams. It's been back and forth, but pretty low numbers for both of these teams, as they are used to putting up big numbers.
What a swing on the outside there as Fabakovic connects, and he's finally in even zeros. after being in the negatives for a bit. 5-all into the net. That one short from Bell. Well, now it's a service error is kind of running into Loyola here.
Back to back for them. That gives easy points for the Lions.
So far this season, 119 errors as this one's long by Luthane. A good duck on the backside there by Schellinger.
The last second kind of moved right out of the way as fast as smart as he could as well.
Smits Van Ooyen, a Las Vegas native.
Something Loyola is doing there with their
Solomon cross court.
The way they line up that rotation there is blocking the server. Lindenwood's serve receive is not able to see their server because of the way that they're lined up there on the net.
Are you kidding me? Caden Whiteside floated, cocked it up, and bang, let it go. Solomon with another beautiful assist, cross court. Grant, floater. It's tight to the net. They get it under control. Sosa off ahead. That time Solomon getting underneath it. Solomon sets up Whiteside again. Whiteside with his 6th. He's got a team high.
Lindenwood has been the consistent leader in this second set.
Grant, knuckler. Rotational issue on Loyola.
R2 is really watching that closely. The way that they line up is different from most teams. Would not be surprised if that's throwing off some R2s. Looks like there might have been some crossover there.
Grant again. Bumped up. Outside to Sosa. Finds the space. It just cannot stop the 6'8" Serbian.
That set was even far off the net, almost in between the 10-foot line and the net, and he was able to adjust and still get a kill out of it.
Big toss. There's our first ace of the set.
They're nice and excited about that one. Lindenwood, massive communication error there. It's falling in between two Lions just staring at each other.
Tossed. That time it's out. They watched it better that time. Well, this has been a team exceptionally good at defending, and this Loyola is tied for 21st in the country when it comes to aces per set, 143. Lindenwood, though, as a team, second, just behind Long Beach State at 258. Solomon, he's also second in the country in individual aces. Still can't get it to go as an attack error coming from Schellinger. And the Lions have a convincing lead here now. This has been a really good reception by Loyola. Solomon cannot get it past Libero Sawa as this one's in. They want to lift. Whiteside just trying to say otherwise. It's deflected up towards the scorer's table. Sawa underneath it. High bump. Sosa across. Blocked down. Freebie at the net. Walsh trying to get underneath it. They are going to challenge this immediately. And they are, Kostjev and Lanera are furious trying to call the lift.
That is not something that you can challenge.
They are infuriated. Into the net. Ball don't lie, one may say.
Lindenwood bench and their players are thinking the exact same thing.
12-9, Caden Whiteside. Big toss. Again, can't get it past the libero, who's been perfect. Solomon underneath it. Geis bumps it up high. It's tight to the net. Luthane has to just dump into the net. That was a tough one. Guys put that real tight to the net, and Luthane couldn't get a clean spot underneath it. Alexander Shosha. Good toss. Way too underneath it. Probably guesstimate. Let's go 12 to 15 feet behind the line.
It'll be service error number 10 for Loyola Chicago.
And that was just the classic one from the bench, which I have dubbed the Rave Beach Ball. Love that celly. Big swing, can't beat him. Walsh, he's trying to get an assist here. Kraft can't get it to him. They set it to the outside. Schellinger blocked down. It's on the net. They lost it. Grant kicks it over. They set up though. Sosa off the net. Solomon underneath it. Walsh bumps straight up. Luthane underneath it. Yes! As here comes Walsh behind the line. Adds a little bit of a conversation with R1 and Solomon, who will report back to the coach. Sure, just a little bit of a, hey, make sure everyone's just in order.
Having a conversation there about that lift. You can see the heel movements from Solomon to his coach.
Just getting that explanation he's been waiting for. Here comes Walsh. Top spin server off the antenna even. Well, not the way you want to come out of the timeout. Loyola will certainly take the point, though. Schellinger, one of many Chicagoland natives from both lineups, as Solomon back set. Luthane, it's popped up. How far in the bleachers will it go?
Luthane was almost on the ground there, making a diving pass for that first touch, all the way to making a kill. The height that he got on that one is beautiful.
What a swing. Here comes Luke Kraft. The St. Louisan. Off the tape. Still can't get that first ace. They go to the outside. Big swing. Geis underneath it. Bumped up. Luthane. Curveball. And Grant with the tap down. That's the first unassisted kill of the night for Lindenwood.
Grant is so in touch and so present during every single match.
He was, I mean, his ability to just switch his positioning is incredible. He was ready defensively, and then in a flash of an eye, went straight to offense, was ready to hit down that kill. Kraft, they're switching up their targets now. In the middle, blocked! Amir Grant, Brennan Luthane with a third block of the night for Lindenwood, and another timeout for Loyola.
Loyola has not been able to give Lindenwood that ace that they're fighting so hard for. It's been beautiful.
17 base. As it's a cross, this one popped up deep. There's the first real ace as Kraft right across. And the card's coming out. They gave the first ace to Grant on that kind of broken play. But now Luke Kraft with the first clean one of the night for the second best serving team in the country. Off the tape, can't find pocket aces. Up at the line, Sosa off fingertips, just enough deflection and off of Kraft and out. 6 points difference now. This is certainly a very unusual spot for Loyola, whose only 3 losses came to the number 6, the number 2, and the number 1 teams in the country. That's it. They have lost some sets, but the only set that they've lost, other than the main losses, have come against Stanford, who's 11, and UC San Diego, who's now 11 as well, as a big kill stepping up from Luthane again as he goes 5-hole through Sosa.
Jake, I'm glad we got to see that one in slow motion, because you sure as heck could not see that ball when it was at normal speed. That was so fast to the ground.
Luthane right to the libero. They just can't push it back. Sawaz, this one is long but deflected.
straight off the head of Lincoln Geist there. Loyola Chicago trying to fight back before Lindenwood gets too far ahead. You can see that screening play that they're doing there to block the view of the server.
Floating Grant just had to punch at it. Bump straight up for Sosa. Off the tips. Solomon kind of tripped to get up there. They're going to go right back to him. Left-handed shove. Lost it. Grant will bump back up. A shove again. Loyola. Shawa across. Floater! Finding space past the triple block. As Geist and Kraft were sitting way back ready for power. Couple of shoving matches that were won by the Ramblers, and then at the end it was just a finesse shot by Fabakovic that got it done. Floater again. Luthane Solomon will go to the near side. A little bit of a curve ball. Fabakovic a flat hand underneath. Able to lock down Sosa again. Tapped up high from Geist. Strong one off of fingers. I don't know if that one was deflected at the net, but it went off of Sellinger for good measure, and Lindenwood is in the red zone.
They're in the red zone, but they also have a decent lead. Grant with an ace tonight.
This one up. Solomon able to get an elbow on it. Grant taps it up. Whiteside has to attack. He found the gap. And even the coach, Kashif, is cheering away. 21-14.
That middle back position for Loyola Chicago has been a weak one tonight.
What a set for Lindenwood. They're hitting 350. Grant, floater. Can't find the space. Back row attack. Underneath it, Luthane. Oh, but miscommunication between Solomon and Grant after an incredible dig. Oh, man, what a defensive play by Luthane, but the miscommunication parries it.
I think they were just watching in awe of how great that up was by Luthane.
Floater underneath it, Whiteside. Solomon. Luthane! Are you kidding me?
Take a look at this, the height, the strength. He had a triple block up there. He was nice and excited about that one.
Solomon. Big toss. Left-handed off the tape, won't go. 22-15 in the middle, and big power. A little bit of a shrug there. They're going to give a warning here. Aiden Klein is going to get one from the R1 after he looked over at the Lindenwood bench and said, how about that one? 22-16, 6-point game. The Laurier, the New Yorker. A medium-sized toss. Geist had to get underneath it, went right back to it. Back, Sosa out off of the hands of Kraft. Right spot, just wrong spot for the block to land.
He did a beautiful job getting that strong touch on it. Just a little shift of the shoulder, shift of those fingertips. That ball is going straight down in on the opposite side of the net.
Laurier off the tape. Solomon, back set, big swing. Good direction by the Ramblers. They go right back to Whiteside, and too much. 4-point difference now as a couple of attack errors. Tossed up, Laurier. High up. Solomon to the outside. Kraft! It doesn't fall. They got to get it over. Freebie. Solomon. He sets. Back. Whiteside! They are getting loud.
That brings Zach Solomon within 9 of 2,000 career assists and brings Whiteside to his 9th kill of the night.
And Whiteside's the one behind the net now. Solomon, 20 assists. Too much. Got underneath it. 23-19.
Brings their star player back to the service line. He already has 15 tonight.
23-19, Shosha off the tape. Guys trying to get underneath it. That one's clean out. A tough one there and an ace for Shosha, just their second of the night. He's now, just to add on to it, he's got 30 attempts, not a single other Ramblers in double figures.
Both of these teams' serve-receive has been pretty solid tonight, not giving up those errors.
Middle set, Walsh able to use the block, and it's set point for Lindenwood. 24-20, it's Owen Walsh back to serve. Walsh, medium toss, top spin. They get underneath it. Near side, Shosha, out! Will they challenge?
They're playing top volleyball every time they step on the court, and that is what makes them such a strong team. When you practice strong, you play strong.
6 MIVA teams in the top 20 as Solomon, who's notorious for starting sets off with an ace, this time sends it into the net. We've talked about how good he has been at serving. He is second in the country. Lindenwood as a whole, second in the country at 2.58 aces per set. Zach Solomon himself just under 1 at 833, constantly chasing Skylar Varga of Long Beach State. He was telling me how close he was not too long ago, and then all of a sudden, after a weekend off for them and a couple of games for Long Beach State, they were 17 apart as a big attack in the middle. Aiden Klein stepping in.
Something I've noticed, when they miss in that deep corner, Lindenwood's coaches don't turn to the libero Lincoln guy, says it would be his error. They turn to their blockers because that ball should not be going that far into the corner.
Solomon sets up. Luthane again in the middle. Luthane in the double figures. Caden Whiteside now. Big toss for 6 in White into the net. Whiteside third on team when it in errors, tied for second, technically speaking, at 24. To just 4 aces on the season. Van Owing just over it on a knuckler. Solomon back set, keeps up. Gonna have to just bump it over. Now they can with Sosa.
Wildcraft has been so consistent throughout this game and almost every match this season. He hasn't been too successful on racking up the kills tonight.
Here's Owen Walsh. Team back down by 1. Pop back up to the far side. Solomon, it's kept up by Walsh. Whiteside just has to bump it over. That's a freebie for Loyola. They'll set up again from the back row. Selinger can't get it to go. It stayed in. Now an attack that time. Off of the elbows of Grant. He was the only one there. Third time the charm for Loyola after a couple of big digs, and Grant was all alone and used the angle to their advantage. And Aiden Klein again stepping up for his 7th.
Their setter has done a phenomenal job of moving that ball around and not letting their offense become too predictable.
Grant's attack won't go, and blocked down to the net by the triple block. Schellinger couldn't get it to go.
You had 3 Lions up there close. It's hard to get past them.
Kraft was in for moral support, while Grant may have got a little bit on there, and there was practically all Luthane. Big toss by Luke Kraft. Eyes it up. What a serve. In! He found the corner! What a serve by Luke Kraft!
Take a look at the strength in the spot on this serve. Right on the line.
Ooh. Beautiful spot for the Kirkwood native. Can he do it again is the real question. Wanted to, couldn't get it that time. They set up near side. Schellinger finding space.
He's done a great job at splitting those defenders tonight, hitting right in between them.
Leading Klein back behind the line. He's from Northwestern territory. That'd be Northwestern University. Evanston, Illinois. North side of Chicago as Kraft pumps it up. So Luthane will go. He grew up just outside of Indianapolis in Greenwood, Indiana. Too long. And they give the lead back to Loyola. Sosa back behind the line now, the former Hawk, now a Rambler for the Serbs.
Toss was super far in front of him.
Grant on the middle, set. Koscheff just smiling right now. He's loving it, 6-6.
Brings Zach Solomon within 4 of 2,000 career assists tonight.
Grant, floater. Able to fake it. What a play, and Schellinger with the kill.
That shows his strength and why he is Offensive Player of the Week for this conference. He is able to break through the block.
As some of the Lions students here just barking across the court as Geis underneath that one. Solomon sets up middle. Luthane has to just tap! And it was just out. Oh, man. Had the space. They just didn't have the line.
Smart idea there by Luthane. It was wide open if he would have just cut it a little bit shorter.
Schellinger into the net. Lions get one back on the 11th service error.
Something both of these teams do really well is the communication in between points. They have that time during timeouts to talk as a team and with their coaches, but the captains of the team really lead that communication through each point.
Solomon just getting in his head on the serves now. Unable to find it over the net. He does not get a lot of errors. Just had 24 service errors to his 20 errors, or his 20 aces, I should say, coming into tonight. But now he's got 3. His ratio's shooting up a little bit now for the Lions setter, but it's going to go up for the big man, Oscar Berg Mikkelsen. Mikkelsen, the freshman, 7-2 out of Copenhagen. And he's going to go right off. It's not very often you see a guy who's 7-2 only come in for a serve. Whiteside dipping serve won't go. They set up middle and finding space. Aiden Klein again.
The athleticism that this team has, they're able to move so fluid.
Klein is 8 for 10 without an error so far tonight.
Something that I think makes the difference between good and great volleyball is how this team makes it look so easy. Loyola Chicago moves so well across the court.
Well, Luthane moving just a little bit quicker on that one, off of the hands of Sawa. Owen Walsh back down by 1, 10-9. Walsh, floater, Sawa. That time he went with a lot of speed and he picks up the ace. We're tied. Walsh doesn't get a lot of those, but man, when he does, he can really swing it. Walsh with his 8th on the year. This time he goes curveball. They set up in the middle, off of hands, and Walsh just went the wrong way for the deflection. Back and forth we continue to go.
Something that Lindenwood's assistant coach said prior to the game is how Loyola Chicago uses their right sides and their outsides very consistently, and they have been very consistent in moving the ball around tonight.
Solomon, back set. Kraft has to just hook it and went out. And now it's a 2-point lead again. Lindenwood having some struggles stretching points together, and Loyola is able to at least get a couple of 2-point leads in the mix. Fabakovic. Short toss. Slow top spinner. Solomon to the outside. Luthane. What a block! Sosa incline. Are you kidding me? And a block in the mix as well as Fabakovic will step behind. Solomon back set. Kraft get the kill.
Kraft is getting moving, getting comfortable as this match continues on.
Here comes Luke Kraft. He's got a pretty good serve himself, trying to get one to fall. He's got a couple of aces already. Nice swing deep. Can't get past Fabakovic. To the outside, off of the block. Schellinger using it perfectly.
You have a 7-2 middle in for Loyola Chicago.
And a split, unable to find it, and an ace for the Ramblers. Their third.
They're pulling ahead with the numbers in this match, but pulling ahead with the momentum as well.
4-3 in aces here tonight. Into the net, Lions get a freebie back. They'll take anything right now to get the momentum back in their favor in any way, shape, or form. So Luthane will be the one to try and help guide it that way. Luthane, big toss, dipping and into the net. Well, not exactly what you want.
Lindenwood on their side of the court is looking down, looking quiet. Their captain, Zach Solomon's trying to get him nice and excited again.
Miscommunication. Kraft not quite ready for it. 5-point lead for Loyola. Well, their biggest of the night. Geis able to get that one. Solomon back set. This one is going right to the head coach, Shane Davis. As Amir Grant will step up. (17-13). Californian. One floater on this team. Tight to the net. They back set for Sosa. Block down. Loyola gets a second chance. Triple block. Baited them. Stayed on their side. And the Lions get one back. Looked like he was going to be tight to the net. Lindenwood able to fake it. And it drops. Schellinger not able to get it. Maybe have given Solomon a high five on the way down. Here comes Grant. Another one. A little cross court. Not the best one, but it works. Not the best set, but efficient.
How do you stop somebody who is standing at 7'2" over these blockers? Doesn't matter what the set looked like there. You just got to touch it in order to be over the block.
I was going to say, to answer your question, I don't think we figured out that answer yet. I don't think there is a way. Is this one right back to Loyola? He's going to slam it home. Luthane, and they're going to settle this second chance. Schellinger! Are you kidding? 5-point difference again.
Just a two-step approach there. He was able to split those defenders once again.
Schellinger Underneath the Whiteside, Solomon right back to Whiteside, blocked! Valley State, brand new team for Lindenwood. They have not faced them yet. Over in Fort Valley, Georgia. If I'm not mistaken, it's the only volleyball team in Georgia. Though I think I gotta look that up to be entirely confident. I said the D1 level, I should say. So Solomon will set it up. Team down by 5. This time he's able to get over the net, but not an ace. They set up back. Sosa, big swing. Luthien underneath it. Who do they set up? Solomon, back set. Whiteside! A craft that is. Won't go. Near side again, off of fingertips. Geis underneath it. Solomon looking to set up. Kraft off the tape. Underneath it. Solomon, back up. Whiteside, blocked. Geis again underneath it. Solomon sets up Whiteside again! Number 2,000. Zach Solomon with his 2,000th.
He's always paying attention to his own team, but almost more on the other team and on their defense before setting somebody. There's a lot of thoughts that cross his mind before that ball leaves his hands.
Tight to the net. Off of the hands of Walsh. And a little bit of a point there from Mikkelson towards Walsh after the point. 5-point lead again for Loyola. Lucas Anderson, Californian back. Geis underneath. Solomon sets up. Whiteside, blocked but out.
Loyola has been able to close their block and get so many more touches as this match has continued on. That one just out by just a tad.
There's my favorite rave beach ball, as I like to call it. I really got to start coining these names. Put it on a T-shirt, maybe. If anyone at Lindenwood's listening, you know, could always use an extra buck. As this one, a huge block, Luthien and Walsh. As the Lions trying to get back into the set. This time it's Sosa, and that's all Brendan Luthien right there.
He knew it too, shutting down the leader in kills for this match.
Sosa's got 34 attempts on the night. Whiteside on the line. It's a 2-point game. I will say, and I 100% mean this, Chicago is one of my favorite cities in the country.
There you go.
I love that place. It's a very beautiful city. A lot of people, there's a bad rep around. I think Chicago's very beautiful. A little busy for my liking, but most cities are. So even St. Louis is a little busy for my liking. As this one comes across for Whiteside, they'll set up in the middle. Right back to Loyola, 3 points away.
Their middle is so efficient tonight, moving so quickly. That ball just leaving the setter's hands before that attacker takes control.
And Walsh expected to go more central, and Klein went right towards the bench with a nice hit.
We have another break here.
Geis is getting checked out currently. Quick evaluation of the game balls. Make sure nothing's, no red coating. And they appear to be all right. Just need to get Geis a little patch up and we'll be good to go. Geis not totaled here, just a little fender bender there. No, look at some of the defensive plays so far throughout this game, and it's just been incredible from both sides. 5 blocks for Lindenwood, 4 blocks for Loyola, and some huge ones in this third set here, 2 of them for Loyola.
Only 1 solo block, though, and that belongs to Lindenwood.
Geis shoves it off of the block, and it didn't matter. There was a net violation in the mix as well. 2-point game again. Here comes Walsh. Walsh has got an ace tonight. Trying to just get this team back in it. A liner to the outside. Sosa right underneath it. 2 underneath it. 1-point match.
Beautiful thought there to take control after just the second, after just 1 touch, but it sails long.
Walsh again. Strong one this time. As Shawa underneath it. Strong one out. We're tied.
No timeouts left for either of these teams.
Walsh back to serve again. Couple of attack errors now. The 5th of the set here for Loyola. Walsh going strong, way too much on a line. Frozen rope to the Loyola bench. And Loyola back out in front.
Great serving run there by Walsh. That last one hung a little long. Not enough finish through there.
Sabakovic, a check man behind the line. Strong, Geis just underneath it. Solomon setting up Grant in the middle. Didn't get over. No, it was blocked actually. So Luthane again. Floater down. Tied again. I didn't know if Grant got it over, but I guess it got blocked. No argument from either side. And we're back to 23s now. And it looked like just enough of a hand from Klein to warrant it.
Loyola Chicago even knew that Luthane was going for that roll shot there, but not able to connect with that pancake.
Kraft can't get it to fall. A good serve. They set it to the far side. Sosa, it's tight. Tap down. Geis underneath it. Grant just has to bump it over. Going for the corner, but out. Oh, and a freebie for Loyola gets them to set point. Oh, Grant nearly had it, just too long on that bump.
As this match continues on, Loyola Chicago is using their serving specialists more and more.
Delorier out of Eastport, New York. Will step in behind the line once again. He's got some really good serves. Into the net. We got 26.
It's looking like the first set there, Jacob.
Delorier with his first error. Here comes Brendan Luthane. He's got 4. Trying to keep it going. Big toss. Curler out. Set point Loyola again.
Both of those service errors, one from Walsh and one from Luthane, giving Loyola set point.
15-14 in favor of Loyola when it comes to the service errors, but now Shosha will step up with a chance to give him a 2-1 lead. Strong one, Luthane underneath it. Solomon sets up to the outside. It's falling, it's down. Getting right side again. 27 will go. Amir Grant's going to be the one at the end of this rotation.
Nice floater serve coming from him.
Ooh, almost some communication. Oh, a back set. It's going to be a freebie for Lindenwood. Solomon sets up Walsh, going cross. Can't get it to go. Solomon to the outside now. Wide side, off of fingers, and a good dig by a libero. To the outside, big swing, out, but deflected. They're trying to argue it. They're not going to win it. Deflected on the way out, and it's again set point Loyola.
Take a look at this. Triple block up there.
They weren't arguing it from that front 3. Schellinger. Big toss. Into the net, 28. Maybe a little bit out in front. I just had a feeling when he threw that one up, it looked like it was a little too far out in front of him.
He's been really consistent tonight, but that toss, just a little too far for him to reach. Brings Zach Solomon back, their star server, but he is not holding an ace tonight.
Solomon trying to make the difference. Can't that time. At the net, blocked. Loyola sets up second time around. Across, right there, Whiteside. They set up Luthane from the back row! 27-26, and it's set point Lions.
Luke Kraft picking up an assist for the Knights.
Fans on their feet. Here comes Solomon.
Nice and excited.
Big toss. The setter. Right to the libero. They set up. Sosa from deep. Luthane underneath it. Solomon back set. Kraft off of fingertips. It's out! Lions take set 2 and have a chance to end it. What a win! Here comes a big toss to start us off. Luthane this time on the end of the reception. Solomon back set to Kraft, got underneath it. He was pointing at something. I'm not sure what he was pointing at, but may have gotten distracted by something. Big toss, Schellinger again, and might have deflected off the net. Kraft or Whiteside got underneath it. He wasn't ready for it. And guys a little point towards a 7-footer as he kicked it back underneath the net. The gamesmanship has really been ramping up here. 1-1 to start off this fourth set. Lindenwood out in front, 2-1. Solomon still can't find that ace as it whiffed on it there by Mikkel's son. Out to the outside. Whiteside beats him again. Well, how do you beat the 7-footer at the block? You hit the side of his arms. Right off the outside of that right arm. You know, usually you say a 7-2 blocker. How do you get out in front of that? Well, you don't. You flank him. And a block from Lindenwood.
That is exactly how they need and wanted to start this fourth set, with a massive block.
What a game from both sides, but especially for Lindenwood, their 6th block of the match. Here comes Solomon once again, 3rd in a row, strong one right to the libero, Sawa. They bump up, gonna have to be from the back row from Sosa. Got deflected up, Geis had to watch it. Solomon underneath it, bumps it back. From the back row, and Kraft is over the top too much.
Kraft is a phenomenal hitter when that ball is right on. When it's off, he struggles to keep control and know the pacing of when to take that attack. In these next few plays, I see Lindenwood utilizing the fact that the 7'2" man is in the back row and hitting those balls directly to him and left back.
From the left hand of Luke Kraft. For a right-handed guy, that's way too far out, but perfectly placed by Solomon, who, I don't know what it is about him, but he is able to perfectly set up every single guy for their specific abilities perfect. And that time, he played Kraft perfectly, just a little bit out front, where it would have been too far for any other guy, but for Kraft, that's right in his wheelhouse. As Whiteside this time, back up by 2, big swing, blocked down, pop right back up. Walsh with the swing! He didn't get all of it. Even Joe Koshev knew it. Hey man, they don't ask you how, they ask how many. Lindenwood up 5-2 early.
It's not how it's done. It's just if it's done.
Whiteside using those breathing techniques. Tosses one up, dipping down. It's going to be a tough one. Straight across and long, forcing the error. And the first time out of the third set to Loyola. 6-2. They still got a lot to go, though. Still 19 points left, and Loyola certainly is no stranger to this kind of adversity. They do have 3 losses on the year. They got 5. They do have a 5-setter this year as well that came against Stanford. As this one comes across, right to the plane, and right there, Lindenwood ready for it. Back across, Luthane tries a dump, second chance, had to just tip it over. Freebie, back set, Sosa, blocked! They have been figuring out Alexander Sosa for these last couple of sets.
You're exactly right. That is the difference. They are figuring out their best hitter and holding him, not letting him having any more kills.
Loyola, though, they were in the same position against Stanford, down 2-1 in the fourth set. They took that fourth set 26-24 as Sosa finds the space. Didn't matter, Lions were also inside of the net, too.
Back to serve for Loyola Chicago, number 16, Alex Schmitz.
And just to mention, too, that Loyola had 2 one-point deciders, I should say, 25-23 and 24-26 against UCLA. who was and still is the #1 team in the country. As Walsh straight up. Kraft, big swing, blocked. Geis with a good dig. Going deep is Solomon with the bump. They go to the outside, blocked up. Able to find it was Kraft. Solomon comes to the near side. And Luthane!
There's no words for that celebration. What a finish.
The power, the placement, the precision. That's a whole lot of P's. To the outside, blocked again, but out is Sosa with a good duck just in time. And he's able to cut the deficit to in half. As they are going to get in Jake Reed into the game, a junior out of Newport Beach, California. His first time on.
It's a junior. He's coming in as a serving specialist.
Out. That one was close. I don't think they're going to challenge, though. They will not. First one in. Another service error. That's a 16th of the night for Loyola.
If we see 5 tonight in this match, that'll be the first 5-set match that Lindenwood has played in this season.
Loyola still has to come back and win the set as well, but you never know. Still a lot of points. Blocked down. They keep it playing. Grant got a hand on it. Freebie. Solomon sets up. Back set from deep and out from Whiteside. I don't think they're going to challenge that one. They will not. That one was barely, but out by just a couple.
The idea there that Solomon went behind his back to use the 10, use Caden Whiteside in the back row. It was a great plan, not executed perfectly.
Geis, another tough reception. Luthane from deep, blocked. Right underneath it, Kraft will set up big. Luthane finesse it, blocked. Grant off of the net, Solomon back up. Luthane, third time, shoves at it. Fingertips and through, and the Lions are at 10 now. And they're up 5 still. In control of this third set. They're hitting north of 310, while Loyola is in negative figures in this fourth set.
The defense off of that block, the coverage of the blocks has been a massive change for Lindenwood since the first set.
Good serve. Schellinger blocked by Solomon all alone, but they're able to get back underneath it. Sosa from deep. Off of fingertips, but nobody. Oh, it's pancaked. It's kept alive. Are you kidding me? We keep going. Sosa deep underneath the Kraft. Solomon sets it up in the middle for Grant. Does it have the room? Yes! Amir Grant off another fantastic rally for the Lions. They're going to challenge this one. I don't blame them. Going to look at that dig. He might have got underneath it. And what a swing by Kraft to get it back up. What a play. And Grant with the finish. Are you kidding me?
A rare smile there from Grant. He is so calm and collected. He knew that the strength of his team was something to be happy about. You have to be fully under the ball. They're checking to see if Zach Solomon did that.
That's what they are looking for. And, of course, the call on the court is that he did get underneath it, so it has to be conclusive evidence. Here's probably going to be our best angle. And, you know, in a play like that, it's so hard to tell unless you have pinpoint precision cameras on that spot. From that angle, it could either be past his hand or right off it. I honestly could not tell you. But an excellent job for Lindenwood to finish off the set. Solomon certainly, you know, there's one thing of playing it off. I've seen a lot of faces and watching enough men's volleyball to know there's a difference between selling it and celebrating it. And that was just celebrating it and not selling it, I think, from Zach Solomon. I think he got underneath it.
Talk about celebrating it. The R1 there.
Here's the call.
Letting Zach Solomon know that his team needs to take a breather on the celebration.
It's going to stay with the Lions. What a rally. It's confirmed even. Not just stands, it was confirmed. The Lions get one. Scoreboard's incorrect, but it's 11-6. Or 10-6, I apologize. That is the right score. Oh, wait, no. Apologies. I mixed that one up. It was Loyola's point. So it is 10-6. That is correct. They did not get underneath it. We'll have to list that kill properly, as this one's going to go out, and Loyola back out in front of it. Apologies for the mix-up there, and now a three-point game. So it was a point for Loyola. They have it listed as an attack error by Amir Grant, but it should be, I can't remember who had that attack, but it will be a kill for one of the Ramblers. Shosha with a strong one, just out. Attack error number 18.
Floater serve.
Grant with a good one. They set up to the outside. Grant got a hand underneath it. Couldn't pop it up in a spot they could play it. As just that step back from Kraft, anticipating the play.
Takes the kill, goes back to the service line. He has been so strong in this match.
Schellinger, right to Luthane. Solomon just dumps it! That's what the kind of play Zach Solomon brings. He is more than just a setter. If anything, he's, they call those players in baseball that can play any position just utility. That's exactly what you could call Zach Solomon.
Phenomenal captain for this Lions team.
Phenomenal leader, setter, server, killer. I mean, he could play middle blocker if he wanted to, if he was maybe 2 inches taller. But Luthane, he can get up. It doesn't matter where. He's fired up and so.
Attacks. Brendan Luthane has been phenomenal. Constant kills.
Well, they'll need to step up as they got in 2 days. They'll need to find a gym. I'm sure they got one already organized, but they'll need to get into a gym tomorrow in between now and the drive over to McKendree or Lebanon, Illinois to take on McKendree. As Solomon goes with the change-up that time. They set it to the outside, and there's a first big swing from Jake Reed in the kill.
Something I've taken into account is how Loyola Chicago keeps their sets consistently off the net. Nothing is ever too tight. Even when they're out of system, they're staying off the net. It gets their hitters a lot more options, and they're able to see the block that's right in front of them.
Both Smits Van Ooyen and Zach Solomon are at 40 assists on the night, and another service error for Loyola, already out of timeouts. They are now at 19 for the match. To just 4 aces, Lindenwood 5-14. Hasn't been the most stellar ratio they've had on the season, but I don't think they're going to be mad about it. Here comes Caden Whiteside. He's got one of the aces today out of the 5. Tight to the net, right at the plane, slammed home by Reed. And now Loyola in double figures, still down by 4.
What a pull away from the net by their setter in order to give their hitters a chance.
Done an excellent job as there's the setter himself, Smits Van Ooyen. The 6'1" redshirt sophomore out of Las Vegas, Nevada is Kraft. That one blocked to the net. They had to go back up. Solomon tries to just go to Walsh, was too low. And basically a freebie as Reed will set up from about the 3-meter line. Solomon will come back to the near side. Luthane will just dump! 15-10.
Lindenwood is staying consistent with their lineup as Loyola consistently changes their hitters and their servers to try and change something, trying to get some momentum going in this match.
This one's across, went right back over. Kraft with the left hand, doesn't go, but it's going to be a freebie for Lindenwood. Grant, oh, he wasn't ready. It slammed home. Grant wasn't ready for it. Should have been a freebie for Lindenwood. Instead, he accidentally tapped it back over the net.
Having those free balls right in front of the 10-foot line makes it extremely difficult, as Lindenwood is trying to set up a play there. They're not able to do so because it's just another free ball for Loyola Chicago.
Solomon, middle set for Grant. Had to just float up there and he made it count. Amir Grant again with his third.
Lindenwood needs 9 to create this upset win.
Luke Kraft getting the claps from his bench. High toss on the left hand, too much. Delorier is going to come in a little early on, or a little bit earlier now in this set here for the Eastport, New York product. As a serving specialist, that's a strong one. Good reception there by a Whiteside. They set up. Kraft from the 10-foot. Kraft stepping up with his 10th of the night. Third Lion in double figures.
Brings Brendan Luthane back to the service line. That is honestly right where Lindenwood wants him in the back half of this match. He's been so successful behind the 10-foot line.
Unable to get it to fall that time. Outside to Sosa. Kraft gets a body on it. Tight to the net. Whiteside tapped up at the plane. Grant shoving match. Won it. It's back across. They go to the outside. And this one is down. Schellinger again. Now he's in double figures, the third Rambler. 17-13.
That's a rare error there by Lincoln Geis.
Sosha. Oh, that one too tight. Slammed home by the Dane. Nick Helson.
Something I have learned is that you cannot teach height, but they have taught him how to take those overpasses like a champ.
Another strong serve. Solomon setting up. And that time, they finally stop him. Luthane blocked from the 10-foot. And Lindenwood. Here comes Amir Grant. There's the floater, but they set up. Fake the middle, Schellinger. 2-point match again.
He takes that approach so wide, that's why he's able to cut that super sharp across court.
Schellinger. Oh, kiss to the ball, big toss. Strong one, Luthane underneath. Solomon goes backwards to Kraft. 19-16, one away from the red zone.
Back to serve for your Lions, number 16, Zach Solomon.
Here comes Solomon. Still looking for an ace tonight. Won't find it that time again, targeting the libero Sawas. This one's hit down. Geis with the dig. Solomon up, tight, shove. Whiteside up high from the 10-foot. Finding space, Schellinger making it work.
They've consistently been able to at least, at minimum, put down a down ball when it's so easy to just pass it over. But so many times they're able to get a kill out of it because of that strength.
They've been able to step up big. It's Solomon tonight who has had at least two aces in every single match. Does not have one tonight. Shoving match down. 1-point game.
Loyola Chicago's roster is so dense. They have plenty of people ready to make a difference in every match.
Reed matching up with Whiteside, and he wins the battle. It's 6-4 against 6-4. That's as even as it can get. Off the tape. Walsh right there. Back set though. And Whiteside gets him in the red zone. Only one timeout remains. It belongs to the Lions. So the Ohioan will step behind the line again.
Beautiful set there by Zach Solomon, able to push it so far behind him.
One of the 5 aces so far for Lindenwood. Trying to make it 6, and he does! Splits the difference between Sawa and Challenger. 4 points away. Whiteside. Exhales sharply, sends one across, goes right back to him. Walsh can't beat the hands of the waiting Van Ooyen as Solomon gets underneath it. Geis will bump it up to the far side. Kraft! Good dig by Sellinger. They set up Reed on the far side. Swinging high overhand. Solomon tight to the net, sets it back. Walsh in the middle, won't go. Sawau off the scoreboard, bumped over. Freebie. Geis, Solomon fakes the dump. Luthane, no, net violation.
Got a little too ahead of himself there. He got a little too close to the net. This has been a battle of this 4-set of who can make the least amount of mistakes.
And Kostcheff just telling him, hey, simmer down a little bit. Let it settle. Floater over, Geis just underneath it. Solomon will set up to the far side. Kraft on the left hand, big block. 1-point game again. Loyola trying to send us to 5.
Almost no coverage that was set there. It was a great idea there by Solomon to push it against the grain.
Reed and Klein in the mix, and a service error on the floater from Smits Van Ooyen. Walsh with his team up 2. The Cincinnati man from behind the stripe sends over. They set up, near side, blocked off the antenna. And Luthane didn't like that play from himself there. Jake Reed again. One of a handful of Californians on this team. Strong one across, too much! 2 points away. 23-21, Luke Kraft behind the line. Kraft, left-handed serve into the net. We go back and forth once again. Handful of service errors in a row. 23-22. Can Klein break the streak? Will it be a tie match or match point? Solomon sets up. Grant, tough swing. 23-all.
Loyola Chicago has fought.
Here's another highlight package here. Let's take a few look at Jake Reed, who comes in for his first set of the match. He's making a big difference now. He's got 4 kills, 8 attempts, hitting a clean 500. As Aiden Klein looks to put Loyola up for the first time in a while.
This will be a game to 2. It is even right now.
And instead, it is match point Lindenwood on the service error. Brennan Luthane is the one behind the line. 24-23, Lindenwood looking to close it out. Arm in arm, they watch on. Luthane, a strong one, it's down! Luthane ends it! And the Lions with one of their biggest wins. Their 5th ever win over Loyola. Their first top 10 win of the season. And they're gonna jump a lot higher than 18 in the next bowl. What a win, what a game, and Luthane